Hi guys, it's Chrissie and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. So today we're going to be building another home for my Rebuild Del Sol Valley project for the save file that I'm working on. I know the past few weeks we've been doing basically only builds in Sulani, but I've decided to just post this video since I've had this build done for like, I don't know, like 3 months by now. I think I built it at the end of April. And I just never got around to posting it. A lot of other things just came up, and other videos that I wanted to do came up, and then Island Living released, and I just didn't get around to posting it. So I've been wanting to post this one for a while, since this means that the whole like Mirage Park area of Del Sol Valley is now complete. I have all of the homes for that area of Del Sol Valley, and I just now have to do the community lots and the mansions in the pinnacles, which, if I'm honest, I'm not looking forward to doing the mansions since they're on huge lots. And if you guys know me, you know that I'm not really all that into building huge mansions or anything like that, but I will have to do them, so I'm going to start on them at some point. But yeah, I've been putting that off a little bit. But yeah, so this house is in Mirage Park. Like I said, it's on a 40 by 30 lot. The lot where, what's her name again, Vanessa Jong or whatever, I'm probably mispronouncing her name so badly, where Vanessa used to live, I built this on her lot. She actually moved to the one right across the road where I built those little mid-century duplexes. I'll link that video up on the screen if you guys want to watch that. But basically, that lot that she moved to was another 40 by 30 lot, but I decided to turn it into two duplexes, so that she could have a kind of like a roommate, not really a roommate since they have their separate homes, but you guys know what I mean. Basically, these lots are so big that I just couldn't get myself to just build a tiny little starter home or something for a single sim on these huge lots. So in this part of the world, in Mirage Park, we have a huge family home for a family of, I think they're a family of 7, the Michaelmas family that I created when not Del Sol Valley, when Get Famous came out. I created that family and I built them a house. I'll link that up on the screen as well. It's another mid-century home. But yeah, we have that huge one right across the road. Then we have the duplexes and we have this one. So obviously the duplexes have Vanessa and her roommate, and this one is for a family of 4 or 5 Sims. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom house, so it's quite big. It's quite a nice sized family home, and it's all obviously one story and everything like that. But I figured that the Sims that live here would be either 1 or 2 parents. You could have obviously 2 parents or maybe a single parent or something like that living here. And then I figured they would have 3 teenagers. At least those are the Sims that I had in mind for this house when I built it. And those are the Sims that will be in the save file once I, create all of the Sims and get everything put together. But basically I figured this family would have, obviously I had 2 parents in mind, but like I said, it could be a single parent. But yeah, so 2 parents, one of them I figured might be a doctor or something, since I do include a study in this house, like their own private study office area. And the other one I figured would be really into gardening and flower arranging and woodworking and stuff like that. So this house does come with a garden with a bunch of planters and a bunch of flowers and stuff that your Sims can grow. And then the teenagers wise, I figured we would have an older teenage girl, so the oldest one would be a girl. And her room I definitely furnished to a very specific style. All of these homes for my for my save file, I'm furnishing very, I don't know, personalized and detailed, since I want them to be for specific Sims that I want to have in the save file. So if you guys want to have other Sims living here, you could obviously do that. You could just redecorate the room if you wanted to have different Sims in there or anything like that. But yeah, so the oldest child, I guess, would be a teenager. She would be the oldest, and then they would have 2, or not 2 twins, but they would have a pair of twin teenagers as well, a boy and a girl. So they would be younger, and I figured the boy would be really into music and songwriting, and maybe he writes some poetry as well, since I do put one of those new little books that came with the base game updates a while back, the open books that looks like they're kind of like diaries. I figured he might write poetry, or that might be his songbook where he writes songs, or something like that. And then the other girl, the other twin, I figured she would be really into gaming and reading and stuff like that. So in my mind, since they are for like Del Sol Valley, I figured they would have a degree of fame to them. I figured the boy would be like kind of famous, maybe like a 1 level celebrity, and his twin sister would also be maybe a 1 level celebrity, but he would obviously be famous for music, and she would be famous for, maybe she has a gaming channel or something like that, maybe she streams or does something like that along those lines. And then the older sister, that would be she would be really into fashion, so I figured she might be like 18, 19 or something like that, just going off to college. So yeah, that's kind of the idea for the family that I had in mind for this house. But like I said, you could have anyone living here. And yeah, I do want to apologize, you guys, if I do sound a little bit congested or like I'm out of breath really quickly. I am still kind of sick. I do still have that same annoying cold that I mentioned, I don't know, like 2 weeks ago. It just hasn't gone away. And my nose is super stuffy still. And yeah, I'm not breathing all that much while I'm talking. But yeah, just ignore that. But yeah, so this house also turned out to be almost 150,000 simoleons. So considering that it's a 1-story house, I have no idea how it got that expensive. But I mean, it is a 4-bedroom home, so I guess there's that does make a little bit of sense. But yeah, so it's really expensive, just ignore that. But since I already have Sims living here, you will have to either like move them out and move into this house without furniture, or just cheat the Sims your Sims money and move them in here with the furniture if you really wanted to. But yeah, I don't know. I really like the way this house turned out. I completely forgot about this, if I'm honest. That's why it's been sitting so long for so long on my desktop. Obviously the other things came up, and obviously I don't have Island Living in this video since it wasn't out yet. It wasn't even announced yet. But yeah, so I really wanted to post it, but I did forget about it. I wanted to post this before I posted the duplexes. I actually bought this one before I bought those, but yeah, just things came up, and I really hate posting videos like these when I've bought them like months ago and I have no idea what I'm doing in the video. I have watched this whole thing back, at least, yeah, I think I watched it back once today just to see what I did in the video, since I couldn't remember anything about this build. I couldn't remember what the rooms looked like. I couldn't even remember how many bedrooms it has or it had. So yeah, I just had to watch it back, and I still can't remember everything. And the fact that I'm building this without Island Living, now I'm sitting here right now and I'm thinking, oh, I could have used this for that, or I could have used that there, and then I remember, oh, I didn't have it, so I couldn't have used it. But whatever. So other news that I wanted to talk about with you guys is we've just recently, I think, yeah, they announced it on Friday in the Max's monthly stream. They announced that obviously we'll be getting a patch tomorrow. We'll be getting a patch on the 16th of July if you guys are watching this as it comes out. But yeah, so we'll be getting a patch, and in that patch we'll be getting a few different things. So first off, I want to talk about I'm not going to go into too much detail with this, with my opinion about it and everything, but the rebranding that the Sims team did to The Sims 4 is, I don't know, I don't want to sound too like complainy or anything, but I really don't like it. I don't really like anything about the new rebranding. I mean, the new box art or like the new render, I guess, for the Sims 4 base game box art. I really like the new render. That's one thing that I do like about the rebranding, but all of the rest of it, I'm not a big fan of the new plumb bob. I just don't like it, but I'm going to get used to it, I guess. That's one of the things that I'll be able to get used to, I guess. But all of the rest of it, the new loading screen, the new main menu, the new box arts for the packs, I really don't like that. Well, I really don't like this. And I feel really bad saying this, since I know a lot of people obviously spent time on this, and they spent a lot of time doing this, and they did their research and all of that kind of stuff. So I always feel bad when I'm just critical of everything. but honestly, I don't like any of it. It's not really fun for me to look at it. It actually hurts my eyes looking at it, if I'm completely honest. The bright blue on the loading screen and on the main menu is just, it's too saturated, I guess. I mean, I don't mind that they've made those things blue, but the loading screen especially, the fact that the whole screen is going to be blue is just really, really hard on my eyes. It's just, I don't know why they decided to do that. They could have picked literally any other color and that would have probably been better. I mean, even green would have probably been better than that bright blue, but I don't know why they decided to do that, and I have no idea why they decided to do that. But yeah, I don't like it. Let me know what you guys think about the new rebranding, but personally, I don't mind the idea of them rebranding, since The Sims 4 has been going on for almost 5 years by now, and this is kind of their way of, you know, showing that they still have years of content planned, that The Sims 4 isn't going anywhere, it's not ending or like anytime soon or anything like that, and that I totally get and I really appreciate that. But the fact that they just did it in this way and with colors like that, that they must have known would have been really harsh on most people's eyes, is just what annoys me the most, I guess. I don't mind the rebranding. I actually kind of like the layout of the new main menu. It looks cool, but I don't know, I don't like that they've changed the pack icons. It's going to make build mode so much harder to sort out, since if you guys are like me and you build a lot, you will probably know that once you build a certain amount of times, once you build as much as I do personally, you get to know the build catalog really, really well, and you start to recognize and know where everything is based on the pack icons in the top left hand corner of like the build pictures, of the item pictures. You start to recognize, oh, this thing is like 2 rows down from this one, or it's with the red icon or the green icon or something like that. You kind of form those recognition patterns in your mind. And when they're going to be rebranding everything, they've changed all of the pack icons. So the expansion pack icons are all going to be teal right now, and the game pack icons are obviously also going to be blue, but they're going to be, I think, a little bit darker blue, I think, compared to the ones we have now. And the stuff pack icons are this really, really bad, like bright neon green, and it's just so harsh on your eyes. It's insane. I really hate it. I really hate it. But yeah, so basically all of the icons kind of look the same right now, except for the stuff pack icons. I mean, trying to distinguish the difference between those two blue colors is going to be really, really hard in build mode. So that's one thing that I'm really annoyed about. I mean, I could still filter everything, you know, by pack if I'm looking for something, but that takes so much time when you're doing a build and you're trying to keep in mind how long it's taking you to do a build, or you know, you don't want to keep filtering out items because the filters keep resetting, and all of that stuff is just really irritating. And the whole thing, basically, I'm kind of just irritated with it all. I mean, I know it's not the end of the world or anything, and I'll probably get used to it eventually, but it's going to be really hard on my eyes. I know that for a fact, as someone that struggles a lot with headaches. And I know a lot of other people have been saying that it's already hard on their eyes. So this is going to be, I don't know, I think we're going to have an interesting few months, I guess, of, you know, adjusting to everything. But some of the other cool things that they mentioned that isn't as, like, much of a blah moment for me is that they're actually going to be unlocking over 1,000 items for the game, that 1,000 like world items, so decorative things from around the worlds. I know I saw a few cars that they liberated from like the worlds that we can have in like a new menu, in like almost like debug, but basically they're going to be adding a bunch of cars. And obviously these things aren't functional, these are just decorative things, by the way, but a bunch of cars and rocks and a crap ton of plants. Forgive me my language, but they're going to be adding so many new plants and things that they showed us in the stream, and I'm really, really excited for that, you guys. just imagine over 1,000 items that they've liberated, and obviously that's if you have all of the packs, so that's over all of the packs. But even if you just have base game, they're already going to be adding so much to the game by just doing that, just liberating some of the base game world decorations. It's going to be so much fun. And another fun thing is they're going to be adding a new creator sim like mode, I guess, which is story mode, where you will be able to answer a few questions and your sims will get some traits and some skills and a little story and everything like that. I'm probably not explaining it really well, but it looks really cool from everything I could see from the stream and stuff. So yeah, I'm really interested in playing more with that. But yeah, this build is almost over. I think I'm just going to leave it off right here, you guys. You can find this on the gallery if you want to download it. You can find it on the gallery by searching for hashtag rebuild Del Sol Valley, or you can search for hashtag ChrissieYork, or you can find it on my gallery page, which is ChrissieYT. And I will also leave a download link for the online gallery down below if you want to download it that way. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and sticking around. And remember to hit the notification bell as well to be notified of every time I upload a new video. But yeah, I hope you guys are having an awesome day and that you will have an awesome week. And I will talk to you all in my next video. Bye guys. Just look at the state we're in. I breathe you in and I can tell where I end and you begin. Where I end and you begin. Where I end and you begin. Oh, where does it come from? Oh, where does it come from? Where does it come from? Play on.